Welcome back to the Equity Lab Show. Today's episode is packed with big numbers, bold moves, and a few surprises from the world of venture capital. November 2024 brought us a funding surge like no other, with $28 billion pouring into startups worldwide. Let's unpack what's driving this boom and what it means for the future.
Yeah, Bill, $28 billion. That's a $7 billion jump from last November. The game's changed, late-stage funding is soaring, and AI is pulling in over half of that total. Talk about taking the lion's share.
Absolutely, Thomas. Artificial intelligence isn't just a sector anymore. It's becoming the backbone of the global economy. The $14 billion funneled into AI last month underscores its potential to disrupt industries like healthcare, security, and even marketing. The scale of these investments is no accident.
Right, but let's be honest, when you've got billion-dollar rounds for players like xAI and Anthropic, it's like investors have found their golden ticket. Charles, doesn't this concentration on AI feel a little risky?
It can be risky, Bill, but it's also calculated. Late-stage investors are chasing scalability and profitability. AI offers transformative opportunities across sectors. These aren't just bets, they're long-term strategic plays.
Strategic, sure, but let's not kid ourselves. It's also FOMO. Nobody wants to miss the next ChatGPT moment. Late-stage funding has doubled year over year. It's like the AI train's leaving the station, and everyone's jumping on board.
Speaking of trains, let's shift tracks and head to Europe. European tech rebounded last month with 5.2 billion euros raised across 336 deals. That's a 30% bump from October, but still down 8% compared to last year.
That's correct, Bill. It's encouraging to see a rebound, especially after October's slump. While the year-over-year decline is notable, the renewed activity shows that Europe's tech ecosystem remains resilient. The focus seems to be shifting toward more sustainable growth.
So Europe's playing it cool, like me pacing myself at the pub. Steady progress, even if we're not setting records.
Exactly, Thomas. Now let's turn our attention to a region that is setting records: India. November saw the launch of 8 new funds, collectively raising over $1 billion. That's a landmark moment for India's venture capital ecosystem.
Absolutely, Charles. These funds represent diverse strategies, from Razorpay's $50 million initiative to IIT Bombay's 100 crore rupee academic fund. It's all about fueling India's rapidly evolving startup landscape.
And it's not just the funds, it's the innovation they're backing. India's startup scene feels like a rocket ready for liftoff. Investors are betting big on the country's entrepreneurial potential, and it's paying off.
But not every sector is thriving. Let's talk about impact startups. Funding in this space is expected to drop by over 25% this year. What's going on, Charles?
This decline is troubling, Bill. Impact startups address critical global challenges, often aligned with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. The funding drop reflects a shift in investor priorities, with more focus on scalable tech like AI and less on long-term societal benefits. It's a concerning trend, especially since none of the SDGs are on track for 2030.
So, AI gets all the love, and climate tech is left swiping right with no matches? Tough times for saving the planet.
It's a fair analogy, Thomas. While AI sucks up a lot of oxygen in the room, it's crucial not to lose sight of sectors like impact startups. They play a vital role in balancing economic growth with societal progress.
Wise words as always, Charles. All right, folks, that's a wrap for today's deep dive into the world of venture capital. From AI dominance to Europe's rebound and India's meteoric rise, it's clear that 2024 is shaping up to be a pivotal year. Thanks for tuning in to the Equity Lab Show. We'll see you next time with more insights, stories, and maybe a few more laughs.